vergessen, YouTube zu starten. Jetzt habe ich gestartet. Ren? Oh, was habe ich jetzt gemacht? Ich habe neu geladen. I'm home. Everything's fine. Ren? Die ist nirgendwo, ne? Chillen. Gran? I know I wasn't supposed to go anywhere. I was just helping look for Rollo. Sie verschwunden. Ich habe das Gefühl, dieser Hyänen... Gran? Roxy came over. She was worried about him. So I figured you wouldn't mind if I helped look for him. Turns out Rollo is safe and sound. Hier sagt er jetzt nichts mehr? Oh, mein rechtes Ohr bringt mich um, ey. Das nervt. Dieser Sound die ganze Zeit. Das ist so halb zu, halb nicht zu. Ständig kratzt es. Also wirklich so, wenn jemand redet oder jemand redet, wenn ich was höre oder wenn ich selber rede. Gerade nicht.
Luca was alone. The house was empty.
So, Gran's not back yet? I guess that's a good thing. Nothing to do now but sleep, I guess. Face down.
Sitting by the pond, listening to small waves lap against a rock. His father sat in a folding chair in front of him. Without turning, why don't you grab me some nice bait? Sure thing, Dad. Luca hopped over to the tackle box and popped open the lid. Inside was a rolling, buzzing mass. We're fishing with bees? Luca's father gave a warm chuckle. Well, you catch more fish with bees than honey. Pick us out a good one. Luca closed his eyes and plucked out a bee. He could feel its wings struggle between his finger and thumb. Holding it at arm's length, he hurried over. His father deftly baited the hook and examined his work. Interesting choice. With a practiced flick of the wrist, the line buzzed in a graceful arc. The water accepted it without a splash or ripple. The wrong choice. But I respect it. The pond began to freeze over. Sometimes we gotta make the wrong choice before we can make it right. Pallid ice propagated across the still surface with an alarming speed. Luca scrambled back as the ground beneath him turned cold. Dad, I don't understand. Sorry, kiddo. Understanding isn't always part of the deal. The relentless ice shot through the fishing line toward his father. Dad, look out! His father casually wound the reel. None of it's your fault, you know. Never was.
Aww.
Dad, we have to go! Luca grabbed his father's shoulders, trying to pull him away. Please, you have to run! The ice crackled as it spread across his father's hands. That's the thing about fishing, Luca. His chest began to crystallize. You toss your hook in, and you never know what you're gonna pull out. A shock of searing cold ran up Luca's arms. He gave one last desperate tug. The chair tipped backwards in a single
Leo, kannst du bitte nicht die Tastatur bedienen, während du dich sauber machst? Sehr gut.
Luca tried to stop the momentum, but it was too late. He watched the icy form of his father slam into the hard ground, shattering into 1,000 pieces that crowded around his feet. Dad, I don't understand. What does all this mean? The gentle rustle of leaves was the only reply. Luca's eyes struggled to
mein
focus on the
Ohr.
walkie-talkie.
Rollo?
Faintly, he could hear Rollo amongst the noise.
Luca! Rollo, is that you? Luca! There? Rollo, it's the middle of the night. Luca, thank God. Listen. I don't know how long it... Ah, das ist... Entschuldigung, aber ich kann nicht lesen, wenn es in meinem Ohr macht die ganze Zeit, während ich rede. Okay, ich glaube, jetzt geht's wieder. I don't know how long this thing will work down here. Down here?
Rollo's voice was coming through more clearly now, but some words were still just static.
Listen to me. Someone grabbed me yesterday. What? The man in the hazmat suit? It was... Took me some sort of... I think I'm underground. Underground? Are you okay? Kinda. They seem more interested in, for now, at least. Mr. Kerr said you made it back home safe. Kerr? No. Trust. He's... Hold on. Someone's coming.
The signal went silent.
Rollo? Kann ich's lesen, wenn ein Schwanz am Weg ist? Rollo, where are you?
Luca held still, waiting for a response. His pounding heartbeat marking the passage of time.
Okay. I think they're gone. Getting worse. I can barely hear you.
Rollo's voice began to fade.
Nein, Cleo, jetzt bitte nicht die ganze Zeit vor mich sitzen, danke. Losing signal. Not much time. Mission control. You need to... The treehouse. The treehouse. Was war das denn gerade? The treehouse!
With that, the signal died for good.
What was he trying to say about the treehouse? What's at the treehouse? The antenna! He wants me to use the antenna in the treehouse to get a better signal. Rollo, you are a genius.
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and sprinted to the treehouse.
Mitten in der Nacht. Aber Grandma ist immer noch nicht da. Aber Grandma ist immer noch nicht da. Oh, ich kann da nicht hin.
Luca heard a group of footsteps approaching. He dashed behind the bushes to avoid being spotted.
So we all understand our roles? You can count on me. I still think we need more time. This wasn't the original plan.
Mr. Tolliver paused, shifting his eyes to one side.
We are all in danger now. I, for one, refuse to sit idly by while that danger persists. Refuse. Hiram, you just keep your wits about you.
Mr. Tolliver took one long, quiet breath.
You're right. You can count on me. I just wish we could have made that deal with Iris Valentine. Her resources would have still come in handy. As I said, I had no time to contact her after your call this morning. Plans change, How's Luca holding up? He's fine. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that this is all... I know very well what all of this is for. We have no choice. Operation Sparkplug has a new objective. Are we in agreement?
The three shared a determined look.
Good. We'll reconvene after the festival. Reconvene? Die weiß, dass wir da sind, oder? Oh, nee. Gran. Why are you meeting with Mrs. Vitali and Mr. Tolliver late at night? Entschuldigung. Hey, Luca! ah! Dawn, you scared me. How long have you been there? Oh, just a few minutes. Earlier today I saw Mr. Tolliver and your Gran enter the diner together. Entschuldigung. When my shift at the news... Was war das denn gerade? At the newsstand was over, they still hadn't left. So I used the greatest tool of any investigative reporter. My ears. Achso, time. Okay. Ja, okay. Nicht unbedingt die Ohren. When I left, I tailed them here. Yeah, I tailed them here. What do you think they are up to? Whatever it is, they seem organized and determined. They mentioned the festival. Yeah, I heard that too. Has your Gran been doing anything different recently? Anything strange? She got a phone call this morning and rushed out the door. A call from Hiram Tolliver, it seems. She was either furious or terrified, or both. Luca, be careful out there. I think we might be in the middle of a scoop of a lifetime. I will. Aren't you coming out? Nah, I'm gonna stake out here for a bit longer. See ya, Luca. Wie langsam sie wieder hinter dem Busch verschwindet. I did it. I changed the sign. Splendid. Did anyone see you? Don't believe so. You were right. It was simple enough to just rearrange your letters. Odd choice for a prank, though. In situations such as these, odd is good.
Two boys shared a mischievous grin.
Can't wait for everyone to see the big reveal. It should be quite memorable. Let's make ourselves scarce for now. Ich weiß nicht mal, ob das richtig war. Perennial Harvest. I better hurry up to the treehouse. Was genau hat er denn abgeändert? Festival? Was genau hat er denn abgeändert?
Luca placed a sinker on the line. Sometimes the best stuff is at the bottom of the pond.
Flaschenpost. Melis 80 proof whiskey. A hard liquor for a hard man. Best leave that be. Takes a real piece of work to leave something like that lying around. Rollo? Rollo, are you there? I'm at the treehouse now, Rollo. Mr. Kerr said you were alright. What happened out there? Dang it, Rollo, where are you? Who's there?
Luca could only see a cloaked shape behind the rocket.
I've got weapons in here. So you'd better come out right now.
He strained to hear as a muffled voice began.
Weapons. How could you hurt someone that's already dead?
Fear gripped Luca's throat.
Ist das der Typ, den wir aus Versehen in die Pfütze geschubst haben? Also nicht wir, sondern... Wie ist sie? Beck? 4. Yeah, okay. Who are you? What? You don't recognize me? Recognize me? I guess I don't even recognize... Warum sage ich recognize die ganze Zeit? Recognize myself anymore.
Luca stared at the ground for a moment, trying to place the dampened voice. The figure shifted slowly from behind the rocket, revealing itself to Luca.
I'm a monster. And now they hunt me like the beast I am. Iggy.
Luca reached over empathetically. Iggy's tone jolted to dejected anger.
Don't touch me. This is all your fault.
Luca slumped to the ground, overwhelmed by guilt.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I lost control. So you couldn't control yourself for a second? And I get to be like this forever? There must be a way to fix this. Oh? You're gonna be my savior? Perfect little Luca saves the day. With his positive attitude and the power of friendship. None of this matters. There's no time. They're after me. They chased me all through Weepwood. Only came in here to hide. Hide from who? Who's after you? Luca! Luca! Rollo? It's not safe, Luca! Rollo, where are you? The treehouse! I'm at the treehouse, Rollo. Where are you? No, Luca, the treehouse isn't safe. They said they were going to the treehouse. I was trying to tell you to stay away from the treehouse. Who said they are going to the treehouse? The clipboards. What did I tell ya? Those perennial harvest rockadoos are after me. They've been chasing me, yelling questions at me. What sort of questions? They were saying the same stuff they always do. But it's different now. Less asking, more threatening. We're gonna figure this out, Iggy. Yeah, well, thanks. Hello? Is anyone present in this arboreal domicile? Warum hat er so geklopft gerade? Crap, they found me. Luca, what's happening? Don't panic. You stay here and I'll see what they want. Okay, das sind... Hello, Mr. Van Horn. We would love to hear your thoughts. Do you have time for an informal chat? We will be brief. Your time is valuable to us. Be down in just a second. Of course, of course, of course. Hey! Cleo! Seit wann machen wir das denn? Du kannst doch nicht einfach den Teller ablecken. Nein, 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 nein. Da war Aubergine und Tomate drauf. Du hast die Salami gerochen, ne? Nicht schlupp, schlupp. Nicht schlupp, schlupp. Opala, Entschuldigung. Springt sie gleich auf den Stuhl, wo ich jetzt den Teller hingestellt habe. Ich muss kurz... Luca, you gotta get out of there. Moment, ich muss... Na, was machst du jetzt? Gehst du zum Teller? Nee, sie setzt sich auf meine Armlehne. Ich muss kurz meinen Drink haben. Zu wenig getrunken mal wieder. Was willst du denn? Wie sie immer über mich drüber klettert und dann abrutscht. Was ist denn los mit dir? Wir haben doch eben ganz viel geschmust. Du hast bestimmt eine Stunde auf meinem Bauch gelegen und ich habe dich gekrault. Du kannst nicht immer den ganzen Tag auf meinem Bauch liegen und dich kraulen lassen, während du nichts tust. Ach, warte. Okay, dann bleib da liegen. Who's out there? Is it them? Yes. It's the clipboards. A bunch of them. How many? Maybe all of them? And yeah, you were right. They are saying the same stuff, but with the creepy knob cracked to 10. Warum habe ich gerade so ein Might young Iggy be present? We would love to hear his thoughts. Run!
Iggy slumped to his knees.
I don't know what to do. I'm just so tired. Luca, what do we do?
Luca grabbed the walkie-talkie and headed for the window.
Follow my lead.
Luca and Iggy climbed up the back of the treehouse to its roof, where Rollo had constructed his MCDC.
MCDC?
A mission control defense cannon. From behind the crowd of clipboards, William Kerr strode forward, a warm smile on his face.
Iggy, there you are. You gave all of us a heck of a scare. Go away. Just leave me alone. Oh, I'm sorry, Iggy, but no can do. Don't worry, though. We are here to help. Help? Then why were you chasing me? Luca, can you talk some sense into your pal here? Just look at him. He's not well. What's wrong with him? What did that gunk do to him? Well, that's a pretty honkin' big question, Luca. All you need to know is that he's sick. He's real sick, Luca. I just need you to let us up there and take care of him. You told me Rollo was okay, that he was back at his place resting. He is. Poor fella just got a little lost. That's a lie. That is a hurtful thing to say, Luca. I thought we were buddies. Why? Because he lets you ramble on like a wackadoo? Nobody likes you, you creep.
Kerr's smile faltered.
Ziehst mir immer mein komplettes T-Shirt runter mit deinen Krallen. Lass doch mal die Hand da weg. Mach immer die Hand nach oben und dann zieht sie es so ganz langsam wieder zu sich ran. Dann hängt sie da mit ihren Krallen und zieht mir das T-Shirt runter. Das nervt, dass immer alles auf Spannung ist, wenn die da... Ah. Mädchen, leg dich hin. Chill, lass die Tastatur in Ruhe. Schlaf ein bisschen. Why don't you pop on down here so we can have a face-to-face? Yelling like this is gonna give us all a heck of a sore throat. And now... And who wants that?
Luca's grip tightened on the
Ich
MCDC.
muss jetzt mein anderes Ohr aufmachen. Ich glaube, das hilft. Oh. What did you do to Rollo, you liar? Well, shucks, Luca. The only teeny tiny fib I told you was that he was at home. He is resting and he is perfectly safe. For now, at least. At least or at last. What happens to him next is up to you, Luca. Look around. You're in quite the pickle, and I am the only person in the whole wide world who can help you. You get to decide how this ends.
Luca's mind raced. He was caught in a trap. What do you do when there's no hope? He wiped his cheeks with a sleeve.
Voila.
What are you gonna do, Luca?
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left.
Luca drew himself up and decided to take the only option they had left. Fight. He swung the mission control defense cannon around, aiming it confidently at the smirking face of William Kerr.
Hey, Mr. Kerr.
Luca summoned his most insolent demeanor.
Rollo sends his regards. Oh. Das hat nicht so gut funktioniert. Hey! Was that uncalled... That was uncalled for. More than a little rude. And just plain unsanitary. Luca, I really did think we were good pals. What a shame that it's come to this.
Kerr turned his back on the two boys.
And this.
With a nonchalant wave of the hand, he made his exit. As the clipboards began to slowly advance on the treehouse, Luca looked to Iggy with resignation in his eyes. The end.
Das war's?
That escalated quickly. Maybe discretion was the better part of valor here. Let's put a pin in this for now.
Das ist so. Und werde ich tickel, weil das andere hat ihn ja fallen lassen. Hey Tish, wanna see something cool? Yep. Fragezeichen. Check it.
Beck lunged forward and began to tickle under Tish's arms.
What the... Tish, is she tickling you? Yup. Yup. Yup.
Tears began to form in Tish's eyes as she gasped for breath between gales of laughter. Beck redoubled her efforts until Tish finally had had enough.
What just happened? She seems nice. Sorry for the interruption. I think you were just threatening us.
Iggy's eyes darted around, a realization dawning on his face that he was now outnumbered.
I just remembered. I have somewhere to be. See you around, new kid.
Iggy kicked at the puddle before making his escape.
Oh. Whoa. What a little creep. Back. I think you... Back. I think you got a little ooze in your hair.
Shook the ooze out of her hair as best as she could.
Is it bad? Depends. What are you feeling about having a more mature, refined look? Oh god.
Chapter 4. The Best Policy. Luca paused for a moment, catching his breath. He'd only just met Beck, and somehow he already managed to drag her into this mess. Hopefully he could make it up to her. But finding Rollo was his primary concern.
Luca, what the hell are you doing out here? And why did a kid with gray hair just run past us in a panic?
Roxy and Fitz looked drained. It was clear they'd spent all day searching.
That's Beck. I don't care who she is. What happened? We were just helping look for Rollo. Luca, I need you to start telling me the truth.
Roxy's temper could often be dismissed as the impatience of an older sibling, but this was the most intense Luca had ever seen her. Her eyes were wild and unfocused, looking straight through Luca.
We are running out of
In
time.
a torrent of rambled words and tears, Luca broke down.
Rollo and I weren't just playing in Weepwood yesterday. We were investigating lights at the old Valentine warehouse, but someone was there in a strange suit. And we hid in a dumpster and had a heavy bag dropped on us. And I think it was a body. And so we ran, but we got split up. And I ran home. And it's all my fault. And now my best friend may never come Es war so ein guter Lauf gerade. Es war so ein guter Lauf. And now my best friend may never come back. Wow. Just wow.
Roxy, still exhausted and angry, softened briefly as her eyes hunted the ground and thought. With a determined sigh,
Oopsie.
she looked up at Luca.
It's not your fault, Luca. Rollo's gonna be okay, I promise.
Roxy drew herself up.
I'm gonna fix this. Luca, go home. But I wanna help. This is too dangerous for a kid. I can't just sit around. I have to do something.
Roxy tried to think of the safest place to send Luca.
You go back to that little tree house you two like to play in. Wait there in case Rollo shows up. Sound like a plan?
Luca wiped his cheeks and gave a quick nod.
You did the right thing telling me the truth. Now scoot. You really believe his story? What other option do we have? Things have been strange around here leading up to the festival. My dad has been acting weird lately. Well, weirder than normal.
Looking into the puddle, Roxy rubbed her arms to warm up.
Why is it so cold here? This place gives me the willies. Hab ich auch noch nie gehört. Alle Optionen ablaufen. Da vorne geht's aber nicht lang, ne? Ne, geht's nur da hoch.
Mr. Nuncree jumped with a start.
Whoa. Don't sneak up on an old fella like that. Sorry. Who are you talking to? What?
Luca motioned to the phone booth.
Oh no. I was just checking because I thought I heard it ring. But the dang thing never does, of course. Yeah, I've never seen anyone use it, really. The whole thing's a waste of money, if you ask me. Any word from Rollo yet? Not yet. Long time for a boy to lose his way. Rollo knows those woods too well to get lost. I suppose you're right. Silly boys, warum wird die Musik gerade so? Silly boys' antics have this whole town worried sick. Antics? We all know Rollo likes to play his little pranks. You think this is a prank? What other possible explanation could there be? He's not playing a prank and he didn't get lost. Someone took him, I know it. How would you know that? Unless... Luca, is there something else you want that you know?
Mr. Nuncreed gently placed one of his substantial hands on Luca's shoulder.
Dang it, boy. If there is something you know, something that could help your friend, you need to tell Fox. Ich trau ihm nicht, hat grad...
Mr. Nuncreed. Kind eyes warmed a certain face. There was a deeper emotion hiding beneath it all. It was subtle, but Luca could sense something eating away at him.
There was shame. Anderes haben wir nicht.
There was a shame lurking behind those eyes. A deep sadness. If Mr. Nuncreed was that worried about Rollo, maybe he could help.
Yesterday, Rollo and I were messing around at the old Valentine warehouse.
Mr. Nuncreed raised an eyebrow.
Both of you? You were with Rollo when he went missing? Not exactly. I was hiding in the dumpster. The dumpster. What were you doing in there? At first we were just looking around. Then someone in a strange yellow suit came and dumped something on us. We both got scared and ran. That was the last I saw of him. You got scared by some garbage? Well, that's why you don't go skulking in someone's dumpster. But it wasn't garbage. I think it was a body. I'm sure it was just some trash. No, there was a name tag. It said Deep Engineering.
Mr. Nuncreed's shoulders slumped.
I wish you wouldn't have said that.
A deep sigh bellowed from his chest.
Why did you have to? I tried, Luca. God knows, I tried to keep you safe.
Luca attempted to take a step back, but Nuncreed's hand clamped down on his shoulder.
But you, Van Horns, just can't help yourselves. Can you? We were all so close to being done with this.
With a firm shove, Nuncreed manhandled Luca into the phone booth.
What are you doing? It's out of my hands now.
The door latched shut with a mechanical hiss.
Shit. The end.
As Luca pounded the glass, the floor dropped from under his feet. The inside of the phone booth was now a loose capsule plummeting at gravity's whim. Luca winced and pressed his hands to the walls. As he braced for impact, the capsule hurried to a surprisingly smooth stop. He felt a cold rush of air and opened his eyes with hesitance. Two large figures in hazmat suits occluded his view. Luca heard the deep, resigned voice of Mr. Nuncreed over an intercom. He knows too much. The end.
Wie schnell das immer eskaliert.
Wait. No, this isn't the end. I know there's still much more. Somehow this went wrong. Okay, let's try something else.
Ich weiß, irgendwo bin ich noch einen anderen Weg gegangen und habe sie getreten. Aber ich hätte auch eine andere Option kriegen können. Ich glaube, das war ziemlich am Anfang. Wir machen mal hier weiter.
This is a story about struggle. Luca could hear a machine humming somewhere nearby. He felt around wildly, searching for something, anything that could help. His hands found a hard object, maybe a tile? He yanked it free, lifting the cold stone. Let me go! Luca swung the tile as hard as he could at the shape that still held fast to his leg. He heard the crack of glass as the stone hit the assailant's mask. With a muffled yelp, the hand let go. Luca was free and scrambled to the door. He never looked back once on the long run home.
Das war, als ich alleine dort war, ne?
Chapter 3. Everything's fine. The next morning, it was quieter than usual at the breakfast table. Only the sound of silverware and chewing interrupted the awkward silence.
I finished drawing a mess of jam last night. So that'll need to get delivered into town today. Okay. So what did you and Rollo get up to yesterday? Oh, Rollo had things to do, so I just sort of poked around town. I've set the jam down by the front door. There's 2 batches to drop off. One for Mr. Tolliver at the bag Nweg. Another for Mrs. Fratelli at the diner. And Mr. Nuncreed? He said he wanted some more. I suspect as much. Yes, he seems to have taken a particular interest in my jam. There are some extras in the basket for that enthusiastic gentleman. Just make sure Fratelli and Tolliver get the ones on top. No problem. Warum ist es so besonders wichtig, dass die 2 oben drauf bekommen? Off with you now, while the day is still young. Kann ich mir das anschauen? Was ich im Inventar habe? Nee. Okay. Hello, it's Jennifer Hartford. Before you hang up, just hear me out. I have a business proposition. The simple matter is we both have the same problem that needs solving. Very well, we can meet tonight. Weirde Oma. So, wir haben keine Walkie-Talkies, weil wir nicht mit Rollo im Dumpster waren. Wir haben auch keinen vermissten Rollo. Okay. Sorry about yesterday. Roxy can be so annoying. But good news. No more boring chores for me today. Did you make it to the old Valentine warehouse? So, what did you find? Give me the dirt. Something happened. There was someone else there. What? Who was it? Was it aliens? I knew it would be aliens. No. Zombies. No. Alien zombies? What else could it possibly be? Rollo, I've got to deliver these into town first. We can catch up after. Ooh, is it a whole thing? It sounds like a whole thing. Yeah, we shouldn't talk about it here. Meet me at the treehouse tonight. I'm not sure what this treehouse is that you speak of. Meet me at Mission Control. Roger that, Space Cadet. Oh Mann, der ist so doof. Oh, mit dem Basket muss ich gar nicht niesen. Schaffe ich es dann alle kaputt zu machen? Oh, gibt's keinen Erfolg dafür? Kannst du gar nicht. Die kommen so schnell wieder nach. Die Musik ist ein bisschen laut teilweise. Was macht er denn hier? Wait, watch your step. Oh, sorry. There was a whole family of beetles here. They've gone missing. I thought they just sort of wandered around. Everyone has a home, Luca. Even beetles.
Checked the soles of his sandals.
I think we're okay. It's weird that that they are gone. They went missing when the festival preparations began. You think the noise scared them away? Something like that. Just watch where you step, okay? Okay. We watch where we step. Old Pickless Pond. You can tell those jerks. It doesn't matter how many boxes they pile up. I ain't moving. Mr. Wilder, I trust you have time to chat.
Eris Valentine, oldest of Sharper Valentine's children, and heir to the Valentine fortune.
Die heißt Eris. Und ist... Okay. Die Connection hatte ich bisher nicht gemacht. Certainly. What seems to be the problem?
Mr. Wilder had learned to assume that if he was hearing from Eris, it was because she had taken issue with something he had put in the paper.
I couldn't help but notice that the front page of this morning's paper was consumed with stories about this silly festival. Well, yes. That is the news of the day. But there was no mention of the museum, nor the foundation through which it was endowed. I'm sorry, Miss Valentine. My readers are more so interested in this town's future rather than any one family in particular. There was a time, Mr. Wilder, when the goings-on of my family was the only thing this town cared about. Well, things change, ma'am. And you know change is dangerous. If you finish that thought, I will make that monocle a permanent fixture of your anatomy. My apologies. Good day, Miss Valentine. Did I give you the impression this conversation was finished?
Mr. Wilder averted his gaze and began to polish his monocle.
Well, Good day, Mr. Wilder. Sehr schön. Blöde Kuh. Was hat sie? Anger from the past, mistakes not yet made, and the glimmering hope of the future. He carried them all in equal parts everywhere he went. Oh heavens, what a burden to bear. Mit ihr kann ich nicht reden. Mit ihnen kann ich auch nicht reden. Entschuldigung. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Luca, what's up?
Dawn had dreams of becoming a big-time reporter. At night, she searched for the story that could be her big break. By day, she hawked papers at the newsstand.
They got you on jam delivery, yeah? Yep. Hey, Dawn, have you noticed something weird around town lately? What sort of weird things? Stuff going on at the old Valentine building? You might say I've heard some things. I'm working on a story about it right now. So what's going on? Can't say quite yet. I still need to follow up on the few leads. Keep me in the loop, okay? Sure thing. Have you seen the new kid around yet? New kid? Yeah, came in from the big city. Her parents both got jobs here. But get this, one of them is working for William Kerr and Perennial Harvest. And the other is working for Hiram Valentine. And? The Valentines represent Beacon Pines' past. Perennial Harvest has positioned itself as this town's future. Must make for some interesting dinner table conversations. I can imagine. I could just be left alone, Mr. Young Mr. Van Horn. Oh, sure. Sorry to bother you. It's just that... Oh. Oh, Manu. Ihr wollt doch... Ich möchte alleine sein und dann gehst du weg. Ja, aber es geht einfach nur, also... Eigentlich möchte, dass da jemand zuhört. Mr. Kerr has asked me to make the opening speech at the festival. Being mayor and all, you might expect me to be a charismatic speaker. The truth is, I'm terribly nervous. I really don't think I'm cut out for this sort of thing. Cut out for being mayor or for public speaking? Both, I suppose. I never really chose any of this. It's more of a duty to my family. For our legacy. That sounds like a heavy burden. As for the festival, you just speak from your heart. I'm sure it will be great. Wie süß. Bin jetzt nicht ganz sicher. Just make sure... Die anderen zwei kriegen die oberen zwei. Soll ich jetzt der Reihenfolge nachgehen oder soll ich... Ich gehe der Reihenfolge nach. Kann ja immer noch umändern. Sieht sehr... Oh, aus... Au! Ich hatte gerade meine Schulter hoch. Sie sieht sehr aus, als wäre es aus einem Horrorfilm oder so. Richtig sehr übermüdet und alles. Well, if it isn't my favorite little gem runner. Hey, Miss Fratelli. Look at you.
Forward and pinched Luca's cheek.
You're all skin and bones. Is your gran not feeling good? Not feeding you? Not feeling good. What? Keine Fresse. What the fuck? Was ist los? Ich kann nicht mal mehr reden. She is. It's just, I understand. You know, I taught your mama how to cook back in the day. You may not even remember, but you and her used to help out in the diner. See that picture over there? That's you helping your mama back in the day. So cute, running around in your little apron, taking orders. The whole situation just breaks my heart. What happened with Eleanor? Oh. I've got a feeling she's about there, somewhere yearning to be with you again. Few things in this world can keep a mother from her son.
Luca shifted the basket uncomfortably.
Oh yes, let's see
Mrs.
here.
Fratelli lifted the cloth and inspected the jam.
Ah, they even have my name on them. How thoughtful.
She carefully lifted out her jars of jam.
You tell your grand hello for me, Luca. Will do.
Luca squinted at the faded photo of him and his mom at the diner. Memories of that day came flooding back.
Oh. Guck, wie süß. Oh. I'm ready to help, Mama. All right, little buckaroo. It's up to us to feed these forks while Mrs. Fratelli is away. I've got to deal with the inventory before I can start cooking. Do you think you can handle taking some orders in the meantime? Yes, Mama. Hiya, Roxy. Luca? I'm helping. Wow, hopefully your work ethic will rub off on Rollo. What can I get you? I'm not really feeling like a burger. How about a chicken sandwich with bacon on top? Coming right up. Here you go. I call it the Love Me Tenders. Nice. Aren't you a little young to be waiting tables? I'm just helping out. Ah, my father had me hustling when I was your age as well. Father always says, children are to be snails pulling family ever forward. Snails. Sails. The sails. Sails, nicht snails. Wieder sind die Schnecken, die Familien vorwärts bringen. Nicht die Seile, die Schnecken. Ja. That doesn't sound very fun. There's plenty of time for fun. For instance, Father and I always make time to have lunch together once a month. Du piekst mich in den Arm. Lass doch einfach deine Pfoten mal da weg. Cleo, hör auf mich zu beißen.
Luca glanced at the empty seat across from Gus.
Du bist ganz schön übergriffig, ne? Du liegst hier komplett auf meinem Bauch, auf meiner Hand. Dann piekst du mich ständig. Wenn ich dann was wegmachen will, weil es mir weh tut, dann beißt du mir in den Finger. Du kleiner Frechdachs. Kann dich auch aufs Bett legen. Should I come back? Oh no. Turns out Father was too busy to have lunch today. I'll just go ahead and eat alone. Oh. The silver lining is without him around, I can have my usual. A nice stack of cold cuts topped with a pile of sloppy chili. Das ist cold cuts. Chili. here you are. Cold cuts with steaming hot chili on top. I call it the hot and cold. That's perfect, thank you. Gadzooks, they've shrunk the wait staff.
Jeff slapped the table and gave Luca a toothy grin.
How's your pops doing? He's been pretty busy these days. I know the feeling. Tell him that fishing rod he ordered should be ready next week, will ya? Sure thing. I've been in the mood for something sweet. You got a burger that can satisfy a sweet tooth? A sweet burger? Yeah, and top it off with some grilled cactus. Grilled cactus? The heart wants what it wants. Der hat auch noch Spikes, der Kaktus. Schön spiky. Here's your order. I call it the sweet and stabby. Ha! Now that's a burger with bite. Looks like we are missing a few things. Why don't you run out and grab some more ingredients? Okay, I'll be back. Süß. Ich mag diese kleinen Erinnerungsdinger. Wo ist denn der Mr. Tolliver? It better not dilly-dally. Gotta get this gem delivered. Okay. Wo ist denn der Dolliver? Ah. How do you keep the ice cream cold? We keep them on ice. Where do you get the ice from? I don't know, somewhere cold. How do I keep somewhere cold cold? Look, Bird. Do you want some ice cream or not? No, I'm good.
Huddled at his counter, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining apples. More accurately, Hiram Tolliver was meticulously shining one apple.
Hello? Eep!
Yelp, Mr. Tolliver fumbled the apple, flailing at the air as it fell.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no bother, no bother.
He leaned forward and lowered his voice.
I see you have something for me. Yeah, Gran had some gem I'm supposed to give you.
He leaned in a bit further.
Gem? Yeah, these ones on top. She wrote your name on them.
Mr. Tolliver leaned back, speaking loud enough for anyone to hear.
Ah, yes. The gem. Thank you so much for delivering this gem to me. So obvious, dass da noch irgendwas anderes mit
He
ist.
reached forward and snapped up the jars of jam, giving Luca a little wink.
This so... I shall put it on my store shelves post haste. Okay, I should finish my deliveries. Of course. Of course.
He leaned in for a final whisper.
Of course. Was ist los mit dem? Der ist doch gar nicht gut in... Der ist doch gar nicht gut in Geheimnissen bewahren. Sharper Valentine's, a celebration of excellence.
You all know Beacon Pines is a great town. What you may not know is great towns grow from mighty roots. And that is why you cannot tell the story of Beacon Pines without telling the story of one Sharper Valentine. Young Sharper's keen intellect and strong moral fiber led to a grand vision. A vision of a community dedicated to a better tomorrow. In his own words, a better tomorrow is within our grasp, but it requires a singular mind to harness it. Lucky for us, he decided to grow that vision here in Beacon Pines. And how does one grow a better tomorrow? With fertilizer, of course. Valentine's Fertilizer Company became the lifeblood of a town yearning for purpose. But then tragedy struck. A scientific experiment gone wrong. An accident which took Sharper away from us far too soon. To this day, we struggle to pick up the pieces. But one foul harvest isn't enough to stop the people of Beacon Pines. The spirit of Sharper Valentine lives on. It lives in the hearts of everyone with a dream for a better tomorrow. Together, we will follow his example and grow a bountiful future. Paid for by the Valentine family and the Valentine Fertilizer Company Remembrance Fund.
That was unhelpful. Got some jam for you, Mr. Nuncrete. Luca, you seem chipper. Well, aside from being on delivery duty, it's a nice day.
Mr. Nuncrete eyed Luca for a moment, then nodded in agreement.
I suppose it is. So, do you want your jam? Oh, right. Usually Juniper drops those off herself. I guess she's busy today. Anyway, this is my last delivery for the day. Oh, in that case,
Snatched the basket from Luca.
I'll hold on to the basket until the next time you see your gran. Okay. Hey, you! Anchovies or pineapple? What? Don't think. Just answer. Pineapple. Why? How old are you? 12? Perfect. Follow me. Who are you? Anyone ever tell you ask too many questions? Just try to keep up, okay? What just happened? Well, hey, what a crazy coincidence. Here's my new friend I was just telling you about. Oh, that's wonderful. Yep. He just hit it off. We just hit it off. Oh, really? Get this. His favorite pizza topping in the whole world is pineapple. Oh, and what's your new little friend's name?
Beck locked eyes with Luca. The look on her face was equal parts expectant and desperate.
Luca Van Horn. Nice to meet you. I'm Nellie, and this is Ilona. We're Beck's parents.
Beck gave Luca a quick nudge.
Oh yeah, Beck told me all about you. Already feels like we've known each other for years. So you both can stop obsessing about me making friends. Oh darling, we never doubted you. It's just that for children with fewer than 5 close friends, the probability of a stunted development doubles. Well, 1 down, 4 to go, I guess. What Nelly means is that we just want this move to be as easy on you as possible. You can relax. A friend has been friended. This calls for a celebration. Luca, you must join us for dinner tonight. Dinner? Wow, another coincidence. I actually already asked him and he said he would love to. It's just wonderful. In that case, we should pick up some groceries. You know, don't get into too much trouble now. Wow, I can't believe that worked. Thanks a ton. You're welcome. I owe you one. My moms are great and all, but they can be a bit much sometimes. Our house is a little cottage next to that big mansion place. Das dachte ich mir schon. Wait, you live in the Valentine's estate? On, nicht in. Yeah, that's the spot. Meet me by their big creepy gate. Don't be late. Oh, I'm back to square one on this whole friend grift. Greet. Greet. Great. Greet. See you there. Greet. Hallöchen. Guten Abend. Kann ich jetzt mit irgendwem reden? Hey Dawn. Sorry to wake ya. No problem, it comes with the
Dawn
job.
had dreams of becoming a big time. At night, she searched for the story that could be her. By day, she hawked papers.
What's up? Rollo said he saw something strange going on in the warehouse. Do you know anything about it? Ja, das hatten wir schon. Beep, 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 beep. Ah, okay. Das habe ich noch nicht. Das hatten wir, glaube ich, noch nicht. Sie hält ein Auge offen, was die Mama angeht. Good morning, Geoff. What's so good about it? Och, Cleo, es ist viel zu warm. Du kannst nicht auf meinem Bauch bleiben. Es ist viel zu warm. Geh bitte runter. Geh bitte runter. Sie sitzt auf dem Unterarm und will nicht gehen. Ich hab sie mit meiner Hand. Geh runter. Geh runter. Willst du jetzt so stehen bleiben? Ah, nee, danke. Danke. Sie ist runtergegangen. Oh, another day further down the tubes, if you ask me. Come on now. It's not all bad. The festival's coming up. The festival. Old man Valentine used to put on Cockamamie Shindex? Was soll das heißen? All the time. Was soll das heißen? Was soll das heißen? Das ist einfach ein Ausdruck. And where did that get us? Well, it's perennial harvest pudding on this one. And they're doing it for the whole town. As far as I see it, the difference between the old Valentine company and the new perennial harvest outfit
Jeff dug through his pockets for a bit.
is the difference between this empty soup can and this brown banana. But those are both garbage. Exactly. Gute Connection gemacht. Ich dachte, das ist doch gar nicht das Gleiche. Hey, Kado. Good afternoon, Luca. Can I help you find something? Maybe not. Try me. Well, there's been some weird stuff going on at the old Valentine warehouse. Can't say I know anything about the old warehouse, but empty hives don't stay empty for long. Huh?
Kato motioned to the book in front of him.
The more I read about bees, the more similarities I see with people. In a hive, if a hive collapses and fails, it doesn't stay empty for long. A new queen will set up shop pretty quickly. So you are saying it would make sense for someone new to start using a warehouse? Nature adores a vacuum. Abhors a vacuum.
Oh,
Da
the
haben wir
cobs
alles.
I've eaten.
Okay.
A salad-centric travel guide for the mildly adventurous.
Jack. Die haben wir, glaube ich, alle schon
Luca
gelesen.
brushed off a 30 recipe, so a peek behind the methods and ruminate one of the great by.
Uff. Wir gehen das mal kurz durch, einfach nur damit.
There were rare simply.
Ich glaube, das hatten wir in dem Durchgang noch nicht.
The bottom corner only one cellular biology. Mycological.
Hey, Jace. Oh, hey, Luca. Have you seen this new issue of Hank Atomic? Not yet. No spoilers, please. It's awesome. It's a flashback. No spoilers, please. We get to see how mild-mannered Henry Adams becomes Hank Atomic, man of space justice. Jace, no spoilers. Oh, sorry. My point is, you're gonna love it. Alright, Jace. Catch you later. Roger that, Space Cadet. So, okay. Sind wir da oben noch schnell.
Most of which.
Das war's. Können wir aus dem Fenster schauen? Bild? Busch? Nein. Das Fenster? Nein. Da noch irgendwas? Nein. Dann gehen wir weiter. Hier ist zu, ne? Ja. So who all lives in that house? Iris and Gus Valentine grew up there, and Solomon moved in a few years back. The creepy little kid in the vest? That sounds like the one. So just 3 people live in that huge thing? I bet a bunch of shady stuff happens all the time in a place like that. Not really. The Valentines pretty much keep to themselves. So it's empty and boring. Pretty much. What a waste. My mom says that it used to be way busier back before Sharper died. Before the foul harvest. Okay, that's like the 5th time someone mentioned this foul harvest thing. And you all use that same ominous tone. Eventually, you are going to explain to me how that harvest got all fouled up. But we can't keep my parents waiting anymore. This way. Lassen wir... Okay, jetzt gibt's Dinner. Danach geht's zum Treehouse oder was? Most kids would have just ditched me by this point. Why are you still here? You looked like you could use some help. You know what, Luca? You're not so bad. Let's get through this as simply as possible. Just eat, smile and nod. Fun. Great. Nee, fun hat er gemacht. Nicht fun, sondern fun. Nicht sehr beeindruckt. Great. Whatever you do, don't bring up their work. I think I can handle that.
Beck took a long breath, then gave a firm nod.
Here goes nothing.
Chapter 4. Dinner with the Moodwills. Ilona Moodwill was worried about change. A gardener at heart, she understood the necessity of change, relied on it even. But there was a difference between the controlled world of her plants and this cluttered cottage in a strange town. Almost done.
Oopsie.
Nellie was a blur of activity, digging through boxes. Sorry, love. Couldn't find the dishes. We'll have to make do with paper plates.
Oopsie. Entschuldigung. Paper plates.
Dinner went by without much conversation. As she watched Beck and Luca finish up their pizza, Ilona let herself relax into the chair. The things she cared about were still here. Nellie finally had the job of her dreams. Beck was beginning to take root. Ilona's task was simply to tend to them. She could do that.
So, Luca, tell us a bit about yourself. Where do you live? Oh, I live with my grandma over on the other side of the river. Your grandma? Where are your parents at? Back, Menas. It's alright. My dad passed away in an accident at the fertilizer plant 6 years back. Oh dear. My mom's been missing for a few months now. Like, missing?
Luca's eyes were fixed to his plate, pushing a chunk of pineapple around with his finger. Nellie was the one who eventually broke the silence.
Luca, now, did you like the pizza? The pizza? Oh, it was good. Very good. Normally we'd have put more effort into dinner.
Nervously gestured toward the boxes.
We aren't fully settled in, and Beck had mentioned that it's your favorite. I'm sorry, are we just skipping the part where he said his mom was missing? Beck! I'm sorry, Luca. This move has us a little tired.
Luca wiped his face with his sleeve.
No, it's fine. So, Beck said that you moved here for work?
Beck gave Luca a swift kick under the table.
Oh, I mean, what brought you to Beacon Pines? Oh, you were right the first time. We're here for work. Nellie won't tell us. Nellie won't tell you this, but she's a brilliant chemist. I don't know about brilliant, but I do love it. She's brilliant. Perennial Harvest just made her their newest lead research of deep engineering. Researcher. She makes it sound more impressive than it is. I'm just happy that I get to make a difference in the world. Perennial Harvest is at the forefront of an evolving agriculture into something more useful than sprinkling water and excrement on the ground.
Luca glanced over to Beck. She seemed to be holding her breath.
What Nellie means, Luca, is that there are different ways to grow plants. Yes, some people talk to their plants and hope for the best. And some people happily leave their job to allow a loved one to pursue their dream. Ich glaube, da ist ein bisschen Spannung zwischen denen. You swore you didn't.
Beck slammed her fist into the table. Perhaps harder than she intended.
Hey, Luca. How about some dessert? I actually have to meet my friend Rollo
Luca
soon.
glanced outside to gauge the time. The sky was darker than he expected, filled with ominous clouds.
Looks like there is a storm brewing. I should get going. Oh, I didn't think there was any rain in the almanac. Yeah, almanacs aren't that useful around here.
Luca wiped his mouth one last time with his napkin and started to get up.
Thank you all for the pizza. It really was good. See you at the festival, Beck. Ist schwierig, ne, wenn eine ihre... Ich nehme an... Wait up. I'll walk you home.
Surprised, Luca turned around. He knew Rollo could be prickly around new people, but Beck seemed cool. Rollo would warm up to her eventually, probably. Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing patches of star-filled summer night. Moonlight filtered down, shimmering in the treetops.
Sure, you can meet Rollo. You're not going home? No, I promised Rollo I'd tell him about.
Luca stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you'd tell him what? Spit it out, bub. We're thick as thieves now. If there's a juicy secret you've got to tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse and I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah. Ist überhaupt dort?
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
So you're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spikes gate. Looming mansion. Rich reclusive owners. It even smells shady.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook the gate.
Mark my words, you decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. That's Hire's Valentine. Who's that she's talking to? Shh. I expect you to return that suit in working order. Of course. As long as everything proceeds as planned, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about is what's rightfully mine. If that means making some unsavory alliances, so be it. I couldn't agree more. It comes a time to suspend hostilities. I'll deal with our common threat. Now this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shady stuff. Someone in the suit like that tried to grab me yesterday. Seriously? Shh. Did you understand that when this all inevitably fails, I will deny everything? I wouldn't expect any less of you. You just worry about your part in this and let me handle the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that Rube Carr's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Wow, I was expecting shady, but that's just flat out super villain talk. Super villain? Super villain. Villain? I don't know. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of
The
this?
mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
Ich habe das Gefühl, dass die Oma, wie sie da stand, Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lessons in rousing suspicion.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared.
Der andere hatte aber nicht so viele Haare. Ist das jetzt einfach nur, damit wir wissen, wer es ist? Weil vorher war das nicht so.
What big ears you have! Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. Why were you so scared of that old lady in the hazmat suit? That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's a perfectly reasonable explanation for all of this. Let's just get to the treehouse and figure things out there. Lead the way. Lead the way. Glowing mushrooms. Die sind glow in the dark. Da muss ich ja gar nicht hin, ne? For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
Just dotting our I's and crossing our T's. Well, maybe try minding your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
If there's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just sign here acknowledging everything is accurate, we'll be out of your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the
Oh,
pad
oh, the
and
love
spelled
of...
his name so hard
Nicht vor?
the pen nearly snapped.
Nur the love of... There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility, then broke into laughter as they walked away.
And hi, Mr. Nuncreed. Luca, let me give you some advice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your thoughts, give him a good hard bop right in the kisser. Oh, Gran tells me to just keep away from the clipboards. That's good, that's good. Your Gran is a smart lady, Luca. Speaking of which, you'd better run along home now. Too dark out to be wandering on your own. Bin ich on my own, ich hab hier Beck bei mir. And the answer you seek will be revealed to you in due time. The question is the figure intoned. Are you prepared to live with truth? Another day, another dollar. See you tomorrow, Z. Have you noticed how all the perennial harvest folks order the same drink? Decaf cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just thought it's a little odd. Pretty weird, for sure. Well, the customers are always right. See you bright and early tomorrow. I can't wait. Geschlossen? Der Tisch ist nicht existent. Ich glaube, das ist der gleiche Text, ne? Find a way to kick the melon? Wie habe ich das denn hingekriegt? Find a way to kick the melon, stand da gerade. I'd better not dilly-dally. Gotta get to the treehouse.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. Couldn't have done it without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not sure about that. Nonsense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she has been indisposed of late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not it. at all. She's just been busy. Of course. Regardless, I would be forever grateful if you could pass my thanks on to her. The History Museum adds a real air of import to the whole affair, and we wouldn't very well celebrate the story of Beacon Pines without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're darn tootin' he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family, present company included. Can I ask you something, Mr. Kerr? Call me William. I'll ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I've never felt one needed a compelling reason to throw a party. Not just a festival, all of this. There's gotta be 100 down on their luck towns out there. Why is Perennial Harvest so invested in helping Beacon Pines? You know, what I love most about the agriculture business? Seeds. Seeds? Yep, little bundles of potential.
A glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
You treat a seed right, nurture it, feed it, and it can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. The seed of greatness is already under our feet. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further in from here. So what's your buddy Rollo like? Rollo? He's Rollo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Lots of energy. He's funny even when he's not trying to be. Things have been tough for his family since the foul harvest. It's about damn time you tell me what this foul harvest thingy is. It's a kinda long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, big deal fertilizer. It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers loved it. So Valentine's grew and grew. Beacon Pines pretty much grew around it. Most everyone in town either worked or for Sharper Valentine or used his fertilizer. Things were good. I'm sensing a big but. Around 6 years ago, Sharper Valentine suddenly died, and something changed. Changed? How? Could have been a bad batch. Maybe it was in the water or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. The foul harvest. Yeah. Valentine's fertilizer went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Sheesh. The next year the crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and it's sort of a crapshoot what happens. And no one knows why? Nope. I take it Rollo's farm got the short end of the stick. Yep, for some reason their farm was hit harder than others. That sucks. Things have gotten better since Perennial Harvest came to town. The Beacon Pines Reborn initiative? Yep. First thing they did was give the town a deep scrub. They even put us up in hotels one town over for a week while they decontaminated the groundwater. We'd better get going. Nein, noch nicht. Noch nicht. Ah, ich habe alle. Bis jetzt.
Luca stuck a toy stretch. Those things
It's about time. I was about to go to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Name's Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
waggled his head with pride.
You'll find we've spared no expense in construction. I've seen worse looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hey, Luca. You know the security concerns we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting, I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can't be too safe these days. Man kann jetzt die Leiter hoch machen und die Scheibe zu. Das ist Improvement. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Lavish. Okay. Warum ist da eine Zielscheibe? Oh. Hallo? Hä? Ich verstehe nicht, wie er wirft manchmal. Warum die Hupe? Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades us junk for snacks. Junk food for junk. Nice. So, pretty sweet security, right? It was imaginative. I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch for her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca, you promised to fill me in about the Valentine warehouse.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squatters? I don't think so. It seemed more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of equipment running. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying that it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then it could have been a woman. No, did you get away? How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. Dang. That's intense. No wonder you freaked out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Beck and I saw a high-rise Valentine meeting with Gran, wearing the same sort of hazmat suit.
A low whistle.
And they weren't there for idle chit-chat. It was a proper clandestine meetup. Clandestine? So let me get this straight. There's an operation in full swing at Valentine Warehouse. You were almost abducted by a strange man or woman in a protective suit. And then you saw your gran in the same suit talking to Heiress Valentine? Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda awesome.
Luca shot
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have infiltrated the town. And their leader is your gran, and she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, it couldn't have been my gran at the warehouse. I broke the person's mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. Your Gran is weird, but she might be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is sit around all day making jam. But what could she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We haven't talked much since she moved in. Moved in? Your Gran isn't from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after their mom went missing. Ist sie überhaupt seine Großmutter oder gibt sie sich nur aus als seine Großmutter? Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since I'd seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. But are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying, it looks like strange stuff has been happening since she showed up. We could say the same thing about your family, but you're right. Luca, your Gran is hiding something. And Pa always says fox only bury stuff worth digging up. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I would have noticed by now? It's kind of the whole point of hiding something. Sie hat ein Räumchen abgesperrt. I guess you're right. Gran's been leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I'll call you tomorrow when the coast is clear, and we can start getting to the bottom of this. I'm always game for good snoop. You can count on me. Count me in. So.
Chapter 6, Secret Lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next
day. Entschuldigung. Das war's. What time is it? Ich mach Schluss für heute. Oh Gott, ich bin so müde. Dann vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Man sieht sich dann morgen. Die gibt's wahrscheinlich once human. Der Isa hat gefragt. Ja, dann gute Nacht und bis dann.